These are the books that I went in with either very low expectations or mediocre expectations, and then they just shot up in the air, surprising the heck out of me. Number 10. I went into number 10 thinking I would enjoy it, but because it was an adult book, I wouldn't as much. And that, my dear friends, was All the Birds in the Sky by Charlie Jane Anders. I was expecting to like it, but I loved it. I loved it so much. It was so good. Highly recommend. I am definitely putting her other book, City in the Middle of the Night. I have it. I have not had a chance to read it yet. That's probably gonna be on my reads for 2020. When the hell did we get this? This is terrifying. When did we get this ornament? Ugh. Number 9, I feel really bad. I've forgotten the name of the author, but it is A Date with Darcy, Bookish Boyfriend series. I thought this was so freaking cute. I'm gonna pick up any Pride and Prejudice retelling. That's just who I am as a person. Don't come for me. I didn't have high expectations going into this. I was just thinking like, all right, it'll be a cute, fun read. It was so cute. It was so fun. I desperately want to read the next one. This is Lucy's paw print. And this is Pi Pi's paw print. There's another Lucy and Pi. A Woosie with her Santa hat and a Pi Pi with her Santa hat. I love my dogs! Up past the Russell Hotel. Up to the heavy side there. Number 8, we're only at number 8. This one I went in because it was, everyone warned me it's Narnia, it's Narnia, it's not gonna do anything for you. It was so much more than that. This is The Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Weymouth. So good. This was an exploration of what would happen to children if they went to a place, a Narnia-like place, came back, had to, continue living their lives without any chance of going back. And it was such a good exploration of like the psyche, all about family bonds and how kids handle that kind of trauma, I guess you would say. Mice are a big theme in our family, apparently. Highly recommend. I'm finally about to own a copy of this book. It's on its way. Number 7, I shouldn't have doubted this, but I didn't think I could love a trilogy more than I love the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu, but I did. I loved The Young Elites by Marie Lu. I loved it more. It was so good. I can't believe how underrated this series is. Young Elites is so good. It's like, oh man, how do I even explain The Young Elites? It takes you for so many twists and turns. It's a good exploration of a hero becoming villain, which is a theme that I am all about. It's a theme I'm exploring with my own books and highly recommend. Am I doing okay? Is this looking okay? Another weird fish. Where did this come from? Number 6, I went into this super low expectations. That is why this one is sitting at number 6. It wasn't like my favorite book ever, but because I enjoyed it so much more than I thought I would, that's how it got to be a much higher ranking. And that is P.S. I Like You by Casey West. Casey West, I guess, writes a lot of these cute contemporary romances. P.S. I Like You, I thought I wasn't actually gonna like at all. I just read it because I desperately needed a book with some plants on the cover, and the audiobook was ready, and so it worked out for the Contemporary-a-thon. That's where this came into play. I owned this book once because it came in an owl crate, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna read that, and I sold it. And now I'm sad I did that without giving it a chance. This is why I'm very much against unhauling books that you haven't read because of situations like these. It's such a cute story. So if you need a very quick, a very cute, but still dramatic book, I recommend getting on the Casey West train because she apparently writes books like this all the time. I don't know who made this one, but Santa's a ginger now, just FYI. Number 5 was a very recent read that I just happened to find as well. It was ready to go and I didn't have anything queued up for my Libby app, and I was like, well, I own this book. Why not do this? There are so many random ornaments that I'm like, where did we even get that? I should put a disclaimer on this video. This is called Q Gets Very Easily Distracted when they should be talking about books. Anyway, so what was I even talking about? Without further ado, The Passion of Dulce by Julie Berry. I didn't think I would like, because I thought it was gonna be heavy on the religion, but it wasn't. It was more an exploration of how men in power treat those not in power, especially women. And it was in a time period that I'm not very familiar with. I definitely recommend it as an audiobook. I think it might have been a little bit more boring because I also would not know how to pronounce a lot of the names if it weren't for the audiobook. Bear in mind, Batia looks like it's Botil, and did not know that's how it's pronounced. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Number 4 by, Lauren James, I forgot, is The Loneliest Girl in the Universe. I thought this was going to be a 3-star book. I thought it was gonna be alright. No, it was so good. And it had such good twists. And I could really see this as a really good movie. I really want it to be a movie. Can someone please make a movie of this? This is a good, like, psychological sci-fi thriller. I need more spaces. I'm running out of room and I'm not done talking about books. Maybe we should talk about books more than you're decorating, Q. Number 3, also went in with low expectations because I thought this was just gonna be another YA retelling that was gonna be mediocre. And that is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Augier. So good. Holy buckets, Charlie Brown. I loved this book. So much did I love this book. Did you ever wonder why? Hey, this is a retelling of 1001 Arabian Nights. It's so good. Scheherazade is such a powerful main character. She's cool and badass and deserves everything. And I love that there wasn't an excuse for what the Sultan was doing. There was no, oh, but he's just misunderstood. And it was like, no, he did this in good conscience, and now he's paying the price for it. I love it. Number 2, this book was very low expectation for me because it fell into the category of pretty girl in a pretty dress on the cover of a pretty book. And I thought it was going to lay suck. And it did lay not. It was very good. Highly recommend. And that, my dear friends, was The Bells by Danielle Clayton. I read both The Bells and Everlasting Rose, and woo, were they awesome. They were so good. Y'all need to get onto the Bells train because I cannot wait for the 3rd one to come out. It's going to be so good. Do we not have a centerpiece? I don't have a centerpiece. We don't have a topper. We're gonna move up in the ranks, Mr. Gold Star. I highly, highly recommend you guys picking it up. It's such a good concept. It's such a gripping story. I think that's a good display there, right? Just in time for the number 1 biggest surprise of the year. And that is a book that I went in thinking, this is gonna be meh. So I have very low expectations when it comes to horror books or scary books, because a lot of times they don't scare me enough. But I read this as an audiobook, and it was so spoopy. And that, my friends, is And the Trees Crept In by Dawn Kurtagich. It was so good! It's so good. The way that it reads, the way that you can visually see it in the book, and the way that it was represented in the audiobook was such a shock to my system. It was just so freaking good. Everybody needs to read that book. Just go read it. If you want a good spooky read, read that book. And with that, the tree is decorated. My video is over. If you have any questions or comments, if you want to tell me what books were your biggest disappointments or your biggest surprises down below or on Facebook, Tumblr, and Twitter, do so. I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye.